Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lindsay with Essentially Hooked, and I'm here with Robin from Canadian Essential Oils.
Hello.
Tonight, we're actually going to be talking to you about essential oils for emotional health. So we're going to go over a couple things today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the different factors that affect our emotional health. And then we're going to be sharing with you as well the different essential oils that we use that are personal to us in our own lives that we really feel that benefit and we use to support our emotional health. We're going to go through a variety of different oils that talk about oils for stress management, anxiety, as well as some other oils for their uplifting properties as well. So we're going to dive right in. So there's different factors that influence our emotional health. There's diet, nutrition, we are what we eat. What you put in your body is definitely going to have an impact on your emotional well-being, your emotional health. So taking in, whole foods, natural foods, whenever you can, avoiding processed foods, lots of water, staying hydrated. Those are all really important key factors. The next thing is exercise. So obviously we could probably spend like a whole hour talking about how exercise, or a whole day even, how exercise benefits our emotional wellness. But it's just really important as well for managing our stress, for helping us sleep. It's important for exerting, energy. It's a great, excellent outlet for bettering our health as well. And the next thing that can impact our emotional wellness for sure is toxic load. So every day we are exposed to tons and tons and tons of chemicals. The air we breathe, when we're outside, our homes, sometimes the products we're using in our homes to clean with, we're inundated with toxic chemicals in our bodies. And it really can impact us on sort of a cellular level as well, and impacting our health and our mood. Also, too, sometimes another factor that might impact emotional wellness would be if you're living with a mental health issue. And also that definitely can impact you. I think it's 1 in 5 people in Canada at some point in their life are living or with some type of a mental illness, or a mental health issue comes up for them at some point in their life. And then one of the biggest things I think that faces people these days is stress. Stress has a huge impact on our emotional well-being, our emotional health, and it greatly impacts our mood. So when you're irritable, you're anxious, it can cause depression. You take it out maybe on loved ones. You're not feeling good. You don't have as much energy to take on your other tasks. And so it's really important that we have tools and strategies to help us cope better and manage with stress. So for example, like I mentioned, having an outlet, so enjoying things, in your life, having, exercise and connecting with friends, connecting with family, having maybe a creative outlet for yourself, whatever it may be that you're passionate about, that you can find joy and sort of experience that sense of awe and connection with nature, or a spiritual connection, whether it's religion or anything that you sort of find meaning in for yourself. Those are really key, important elements as well to managing our emotional health. And then one of the last things too is sleep. Sleep is my favorite hobby. And without sleep, I'm like crazy. So, without sleep, you're not feeling good. You're not able to concentrate. You can't think clear. You're irritable. You're cranky. It's no good. So definitely sleep is a huge factor. And essential oils can play a really big role in managing our stress, helping with our sleep. And for myself personally, I've, come to love my essential oils, and I've been known to be a bit of a roller coaster. I'm 40, and I've probably had issues with hormones since I was a teenager. And I'm just now discovering the beauty and power of essential oils to support my own emotional health and well-being. So definitely we're going to get into just briefly and talk a little bit about the chemistry and how oils affect our emotional health through our chemistry. So while oils smell, some of the oils smell amazing. It's not just all about, oh, they smell wonderful, so therefore they must be working. They're actually interacting with our brains, with, when you smell an aroma, it's stimulating your olfactory bulb, it's being, interacting with your limbic system in your brain, which is responsible for memories, emotions, or behaviors on tasks. So for example, if you happen to smell something, citrusy, it's uplifting, the chemical properties in that oil can stimulate that part of your brain that's like triggers you to, promote some energy or boost your mood. So they can work on a cellular level as well as they're being absorbed into your body. It takes, I think it's 20 seconds for an oil when you smell it and inhale it for it to reach your brain. And then within about 20 minutes, every cell in your body has been reached by a molecule of this, essential oil. So it's moving through your whole body and impacting, huge from one little teeny drop, the tremendous impact that it can have on our emotional wellness. So I love them. I'm not a scientist, but I know when I do use them to support my emotional health, I'm feeling better, and I'm less irritable, I'm less cranky, I'm sleeping better, which in turn helps me focus better and chase around my 3-year-old, and I'm not, impatient all the time with her. So I really have noticed a huge difference for myself personally since I started using the essential oils. I don't know, Robin, if you have anything you want to add before we go into any of some of the examples of the oils that we use.
Yeah, I think what I was just gonna, the stuff you were mentioning at the beginning about keeping yourself healthy. And one of the great things about also using essential oils, whether it be in your home, for emotional health, whatever it be, is that they're not only great for stress and sleep, like you mentioned, but they also hit that one that you talked about the toxic load, right? So you're able to, meet sleep needs. You're able to work on your emotions, your irritability, hormone balance, mood, joy, all of those things, while still reducing your toxic load. And so you don't, not that you don't need antidepressants, because some people do, but, let's say you're on the edge, right? And you're able to manage yourself, manage things because of the support of the oils. Then you're limiting your toxic load that way, through taking less medications, less sleep medications.
Absolutely.
Less toxic load in your home overall, less toxic load that you're putting on and in your body. And so yeah, it's a bit of a win-win that way.
And there's so many products out there that are contributing, that are toxic, laden with chemicals that are impacting our hormones in our body, which then in turn cause emotional dysregulation and functioning in our body too. So
big cycle. So yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump right in. I'm just going to take a little quick peek at my notes here, just so I don't miss anything at all. But we're going to talk a little bit first about doTerra has, lots of different oils. These are, I'm just pulling out a couple that I personally use basically daily as part of my wellness routine to keep me sane, as you will. So one of my favorites, super versatile, is lavender. I don't know where my camera is here, is lavender. As you probably can't see, I've got 2 drops maybe left in here, so it's like gold in the bottom there. But lavender is known for all things calming. It's got relaxing properties. I use it, I usually blend this single lavender with a few of my other favorites, cedarwood, which is also really good for calming, grounding, relaxing. I use them in the evening to sort of set the tone for unwinding at the end of the day. I put about 4 to 5 drops of each in my diffuser by my bedside. And I also as well use them nightly. I've made up just a little roller blend of the two of them, a couple drops of each in the bottle, my little sleepy blend. And I just do a little swipe down each of my feet. Super quick. And it really sets the tone for me to get a good night's sleep. It helps me unwind at the end of the day. Whatever's left, if there's something left on my hands, I just, inhale, and now I've got it on my hands right now, so hopefully I don't fall asleep on you. It smells so good. But definitely too, and I'll also sometimes add in, which I forgot, it's upstairs in my bathroom because I use it every night, but I have frankincense. I usually will sometimes put just like 1 drop or 2 drops in my diffuser as well. And I find frankincense is really calming as well. It's great for the nervous system, kind of helps things just kind of unwind. So those are 3 of my favorite single oils. You can use them on their own, but when you combine them, it's you're just combining all the amazing properties of each of the single oils together to create a real good powerhouse mix for yourself. Wild orange is another one that it is one of these citrus oils. And citrus can typically be for more uplifting, but wild orange is really good for calming as well and restorative. So even just a drop or 2 behind on the back of your neck feels lovely, and mixing it with the lavender, I don't know if you can see here, but the 2 together is amazing. I just put my daughter to bed. I have a 3-year-old. I just put her down for bed for the night, and she had wild orange and lavender in her diffuser with the sound of the ocean in the background and some music and twinkly stars on her ceiling, and I just about fell asleep in there with her. So those 2 are really, really lovely together. And I think Robin was going to talk a few about some of her single oils that were some of your favorites.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say about wild orange. I love how it can bring you up and mellow you out, all kind of where you need it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just have learned that myself because I was using it before for more energizing with peppermint together.
Yeah.
Which we're going to talk a little bit about some of more of the energizing, but those 2 together. And then all of a sudden you switch wild orange with lavender, and now it's more calming effect. Super cool.
Okay, so for me, kind of chilling out, relaxing oils. I have a few that I use pretty often. So first of all, I use bergamot quite a bit. I don't know where, there it is. Wherever it is. So bergamot was actually the first thing I ever put on my LRP order. I knew that I wanted it mostly for its depression benefits. So I was kind of new to the coast and lots of rain and feeling kind of blah. And so I really like bergamot. It's beautiful. It's actually the rind of the bergamot orange, I guess, which is kind of in between an orange and a grapefruit. And it's got a really kind of light citrus smell. And it really helps kind of reduce anxiety. So kind of when you're high, it kind of helps bring you down. But it's really kind of balancing, helps you build confidence, enhance your mood, and can be really uplifting. So it can kind of naturally bring you down if you're a little too high, but then also kind of boost you, kind of like wild orange, right? Where it can really kind of help ground you, but it can also be really kind of uplifting and joyful. And it blends really beautifully with lots of citruses and the stuff that citruses blend with as well, because it's really universal. So, and another one that is really powerful for me, kind of when I'm a little high, is vetiver. So vetiver is, it's really kind of sweet and woodsy smelling. It's really kind of grounding and calming. So this is in my diffuser most nights. If I have the patience to get it out, you actually, I'm always looking for a dropper for these things because vetiver is very thick. It's in my roller bottle every night that I use with some lavender and serenity. And vetiver is in my roller bottle that I roll down my feet every night for bed. So vetiver can really kind of dispel anger and irritability, which I don't know, I can always be a bit irritable in my life. And so diffusing that during the day, using it on my skin, and definitely this is kind of one of my nighttime go-tos with that. Yeah, so those are two that I use that way. I have a few others that are more of a different category, but I think, I don't know, I don't have.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So a few of the other ones I use, so I just, that was kind of the chill out ones, but then a few of the other ones that I use rose a lot. So I use rose, my morning oils are rose and neroli, which are in the touches, and they are, rose smells exactly as you think it would, but kind of cleaner and sweeter. Usually the essential oils, they always kind of smell a bit cleaner than like a fragrance would, right? Because they're not a fragrance. So rose is the highest vibration oil there is. So for me, when I want to raise my vibration, I put on the rose oil. It's really great for your skin and stuff like that too. But for me, I put a little bit on my neck, and I often put it right over my heart before I go out in the morning. So high vibration oil really kind of opens your heart as well. So just, kind of gets me off to my day on, energy wise, and, opening my heart and not really kind of staying closed off. Mm-hmm. And then I layer that with neroli. So neroli and petitgrain actually are of the same plant as is the bitter orange. So neroli is actually from the flower. Petitgrain is from the leaves of the same tree. So they're both going to have similar properties but different. So this one actually lowers cortisol and reduces stress. So if you know anything about hormones, as a hormone coach, let me tell you, we can't get enough things that lower our cortisol, right? We're zipping by, we're a mile a minute, we're always outrunning something. We never have enough time for anything. And neroli is, again, not wanting to take chemicals, not wanting to whatever it be. Neroli can really kind of help combat that really stress place. So, for moms, busy women, I think that's really, really important. And then petitgrain is from the same plant. I use it a bit differently, but it's got kind of the same things. It's more balancing though. Instead of like when you're up bringing you down cortisol wise, it's really good for like emotional balancing, helps you kind of release what you need to release to be able to move on with things. And so I use this in a diffuser throughout the day, really to kind of like keep me going.
Awesome. I'm going to get my paws on some of that neroli.
Amazing. I love it.
Neroli for the neuroticism.
There you go.
So again, a couple of my favorites, and actually these two oils, when I was first seeking a little bit of support with, so for myself with sort of balance, calming, stress reduction, were serenity and balance. So these two are wonderful little gifts to us that we can use. So I'm going to talk a little bit about balance first. So balance has whole wood, blue tansy, blue chamomile. It's got some spruce in there, frankincense. So it's soothing, super relaxing, super calming. Again, it just kind of keeps you even, keel, level. I use it almost like it's like water. I first thing I do, my morning routine in the morning is like almost when I'm about to walk out the door, is a couple drops on my wrist and rub them together, swipe my neck. And I do also have a diffuser bracelet, so I will sometimes put a couple drops on my diffuser bracelet and rub the extra bit in. But for me, again, it really helps me with not responding to, traffic on the road, like getting frustrated, getting irritable or angry, or I feel like I have more patience since I've started using it. Like, again, I mentioned I have a 3-year-old, so it's chaos in our house in the morning, or at least at one time I felt like it was. And now I'm just kind of like able to roll with it. And I don't know, magic, whatever it is. I mean, I'm loving it. It's, working, it's magic in my brain, in my body. And I do feel, even driving to work, I have some days a 45-50-minute commute to work. And I'm not like tempted to flip the bird at people. I just feel like I'm just chilling. Like, yeah, if I'll get there when I get there, if I'm 5 or 10 minutes late, it's okay. Like, I'm feeling grounded and balanced. So balance is amazing for that. Again, it can be mixed as well with the Serenity. But Serenity is another one, like I mentioned, of my faves too. So this one is lovely. I'm just going to take a look. It's lavender, cedarwood, which we talked about earlier, some ylang-ylang in there, marjoram, Roman chamomile, again, super calming, relaxing properties. Vetiver that Robin just talked about as well. Some Hawaiian sandalwood and vanilla bean in there too. So Serenity, again, is wonderful. It's great for a relaxing massage. So I sometimes will put a couple drops of this in the palm of my hand with a little bit of coconut oil and, do a foot massage for myself, or, down the back of my neck, a little bit, down my back. Super relaxing. I'll use this even on my daughter's feet before bed too, just to help support her and getting a restful sleep and calming and unwinding. Serenity is also really lovely in the bathtub. So if you're looking to sort of unwind at the end of the day, decompress, if you're feeling stressed out, anxious, or overwhelmed, it's a really wonderful way to support you in unwinding. Mix 3 to 4 drops with some Epsom salts and have a nice warm bathtub, and it's heavenly too. So I call these two are basically my sanity in a bottle, because I feel like they are my blends, so I don't lose my shit on my kid blends. Seriously, like if I'm going to the grocery store or I got to get a task done with a 3-year-old behind me, and I don't want to bite her head off in public, I do honestly, I feel like these are my go-tos. Slap them on my wrist and out the door I go. And even if she's feeling a little bit, anxious and hasn't maybe had enough sleep or something too, a little bit of balance, mixed with diluted with some coconut oil, and I'll often just put a little bit down her spine too. So it's very calming, very relaxing as well. So those are two of my faves for just like unwinding and reducing tension and keeping us balanced.
Yeah, those two together, like I mix them together in their own like bottle, and I call it my stress bomb. And yeah, if I feel like my head is about to pop off, I smell it, I get it. And again, it's such a beautiful smell. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, the beautiful smell is relaxing me, right? It's beautiful, those two together, but it's hitting all my neurons and mm-hmm. full level, and it's like, whoo, it's like instant stress relief. It's pretty incredible. Those two together are my like favorite powerhouse.
Mm-hmm. And these ones definitely, like Serenity is a wonderful one to diffuse again at bedtime. In the office, if you've got a stressful job or something like that, Serenity is a really great one for that too. Or if you've got a stressful commute, pop it a little bit in your diffuser in the car, and it's great to sort of unwind and help really reduce that stress that like manifests in our body, and stress causes a whole other array of physical health issues too when we let it manifest. So by utilizing these little tools that we have at our fingertips, they're portable, they're accessible to us, they're customizable to your needs. They're really, really fantastic for sure.
Awesome.
What other ones were we going to talk about? We're going to talk about some of the oils for kind of, now that we're all relaxed and zen, we've talked about those oils. Talk about some of the other oils that have the properties for lifting our spirits, boosting our emotional wellness, increasing our mood. Ones that are energizing are some of any of the citrus oils. So lemon, grapefruit, which I actually don't have in my little toolkit yet. Lime. I don't know if you have any of those ones, Robin, but
I didn't bring. I left them downstairs. I have them in my kitchen because I'm always putting them in.
So any of the citrus oils are known for boosting mood, energizing, revitalizing. The chemical components in there, they actually work right on your brain's chemicals and your hormones to directly influence and improve your mood. So while they smell lovely and refreshing, which is wonderful, but they're actually getting at the center of our brain that's causing this uplifting, energizing, revitalizing sort of feeling for us too. They help ease anxiety, boost energy, decrease irritability. So, I mean, it's fantastic. There's one blend that's actually part of doTerra's got an emotional line. So this one that I have is cheer, and it's sunshine in a bottle. Yeah, it's super citrusy, but it's like sweet and
I've got spicy. So this is Cheer Touch. This is ready to go. It's diluted, ready to go on your skin all day long, in your purse. Like, this is like sanity to go.
Yes. Yeah. So one of the things that I mentioned lately that I had talked about before I leave the house in the morning is I put a drop of the balance on my wrist is I do couple big deep inhales of the cheer before I go, and knowing that it's uplifting my spirits, and then I also feel like it kind of sets the tone for this like positive outlook for the day. It's like helping invigorate my mood. So I'm starting the day with this sort of sunshiny, cheery, optimistic outlook, and that in itself is super powerful for positive thinking, how that can turn set the mood for the rest of the day, as well as, the citrus and the spicy. So this one's got lemon, clove, star anise, ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla. So it's got the best of both worlds to help counteract negative emotions, boost happiness, increase positivity. So it's definitely, they named it bang on. So this one can be diffused as well. I have not diffused this yet. I use it just more for inhaling, but I have not done put it in the diffuser. But this one's ready to go in the diffuser, and then the one that Robin showed you was that you could apply right on.
So I wanted to just quickly, I've kind of got these oils here. Where's my camera? So we've got the touch oils, which are their emotional blends, ready to go in your pocket, wear as perfume. I know people put them on their collarbones and over their heart and everything for heart opening. And then we've got the oils. So these are different oils, also part of the emotional blend. Whereas Lindsay had the oil of cheer, and I've got the roller bottle here. So here we've got cheer and peace. And these do exactly what they're going to say, right? These are their names. These here we've got passion and forgive. And it does, It doesn't take a lot to kind of figure out what they do. The thing I love using my individual oils. I love making my own blends. But these emotional oils, I mean, we can do a class just on those one day. They're formulated by scientists, and they really pack a punch, right? So, so forgive. Do I have a minute here?
Yeah, I don't even know where the timer is on it, but
all right. Well, as long as it's not counting down on us, we should be all right. Okay, so forgive here is it's kind of woody smelling. So we've got spruce, bergamot, juniper berry, myrrh, arborvitae, and some thyme, and those are all really kind of powerhouses on their own. Like arborvitae, I use in everything, bergamot in everything, juniper berry. Like I just use those oils so much for everything. And so here we've got it blended and to the ratio, right? To the ratio that makes sense. I might do them kind of all, 10 drops each, and they've got them, kind of formulated. And so whether you need to forgive others or whether you need to forgive yourself, move on, let some stuff go from the past, whatever it be, this oil is really, really powerful for that. The great thing about the touches is they're ready to go. Don't think about it. Throw it in your purse, bring it to work. That way it's really easy to wear. The great thing about the oils is you can make your own roller bottles for ease of wear. You can diffuse them. You can, smell them wholly, which they're not diluted in any way. So they really pack a punch. Get them on the bottom of your feet, do whatever you need to do. So that's forgive there. And then passion. Like passion has been a really great thing for me. Like I mentioned, needing that bergamot because I had, been new to the rainy country. Passion, it does exactly that. It's actually called the Inspiring Blend. And so if you need to feel inspired, passionate, I mean, who couldn't use more passion in their life? This one is like cardamom, which cardamom is one of my favorite. I have that oil singly as well. And it's so warm. It's just a really kind of warm, inviting smell. So this is like, it's cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, clove, sandalwood, jasmine, vanilla. Like it's warm and spicy. It's just, it's everything you imagine it to be. So, oh my God, amazing. So this one is, I mean, I've run a business for a couple of years and different business than doTerra. We'll probably see a blend of that at some point. But getting inspired and, always feeling energetic, winter blahs, routine, like it really kind of helps you combat that like predictability of life. Like I'm a gypsy by heart. I live with a very predictable man, which I love those parts of him, but that I feel really closed in a lot because my gypsy heart feels really closed in about that. So this really helps me kind of continue to stay inspired and, break out of that predictability and think up great new ideas and really feel the kind of passion and zeal and zest for life. So
I love it.
Yeah. So, and then, we've got more like peace, peace is going to give you feelings of peace. And, there's all the emotional blends are real kind of powerhouses. And like I said, we're probably going to continue to talk about them on, videos and things like that. But they're really great kind of no-brainer solutions to breaking out of what you need to break out of.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. One of the last ones that I actually have with me too, again, it's the Citrus Bliss.
Oh yeah.
So again, this one's just a lovely blend of citruses as well, which are really great for rejuvenating, uplifting, positivity, wonderful. And Citrus Bliss pairs really lovely with peppermint, which is a great blend to get your butt moving, to really find that zing, like that get up and go. So when your get up and go has left you can always, this is a great one to incorporate into a workout or exercise routine when you need a little bit of that lift to kind of get you moving. Is a really great combo to diffuse in your house. If you're sluggish in the mornings and it takes a little bit longer to kind of, blow off the cobwebs, I'm not a morning person. So diffusing this in the morning and waking up to this to kind of get things moving is fantastic. So hopefully this information was helpful for you. Again, essential oils can be fantastic for emotional support. They have lots of room for improving our physical wellness and other areas of our life as well. But they're really fantastic to take with you anywhere you are, whatever it is that you need in that moment. And they can kind of work with sort of your overall, we talked about your other coping management strategies, sleep, reducing that toxic load in your body as well. So they play into a lot of key factors to help people live better lives, live to their fullest potential without, being bombarded by stress or disease. That we can kind of do this naturally, finding simple solutions to take better control of our emotional wellness and our well-being.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone for joining us, and thanks to you, Robin. And we'll sign off for now, but if you want to get in touch with myself, I'm Lindsay with Essentially Hooked. My email is Lindsay. Sorry, that's my personal one. I'm at essentiallyhookedonwellness@gmail.com. And Robin, if you want to share your email.
I am Robin with Canadian Essential Oils. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. I actually don't have an essential oil email, but my other business is She Went Out on a Limb, and so you can find me at She Went Out on a Limb. She Went Out on a Limb @gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone, and stay tuned. We also have a YouTube channel as well, so we're going to be adding different videos too to help increase your comfort and knowledge about the world of essential oils. So we'll sign off, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye. Thanks again.